Hello, happy Sunday, everyone. This is our weekly email and newsletter that goes out to all three clubs at Awesome Art School. And just to recap, I've had people actually come in and out of the clubs for years who don't actually realize that there's three separate clubs going on here. So just a quick review, there's three and they're all separate. And they are the Fab Drawing Club. And then there is the Mixed Media Society. And then the third one is the Celtic Collective Fantasy Art Club. So we are going to go through what's new in each one. And that's what I go over in the weekly newsletters. I also share with you what is coming up and what we just did. Wonder Bundlers, before I forget. And by the way, Wonder Bundlers is anyone who is in all three clubs. So if you ever wanted to pick up an extra one, you actually get the third for free. That's available all the time. Just let me know if you ever want to do that. While we're sitting here explaining what is what, that is an important term to know too. And the Wonder Bundlers have a Zoom call every month with Jeanette, who is one of our magical team members, and she's like our supply expert. So if you're having any questions or you want clarity around any art techniques, she is a wealth of information, and she hosts those exclusively for Wonder Bundlers every month. And your next one is Tuesday at 4 p.m. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that link from all my bundlers out there. Okay. What is going on? I'm like, what? How is it almost December? Like, what is happening? It's so crazy. So I'm actually recording this on Friday because I'm going to a Renaissance fair, you guys, on Sunday, and I've never been to one. And I feel like once I go, I'm never going to come home ever again because I feel like my whole life is leading up to this moment. I cannot wait. So I really want to hide this stupid recording button, but apparently I can't. So that's where I am. So I haven't actually, and the reason I'm saying that is because I'm going to go over the fact that on Friday we had our live for mixed media, but I haven't actually done it yet. So I'm holding the art journal that I'm going to be using. This was 2 lives ago. We did this Fall Girl. So I'm holding this because I'm just about to hop on live with my Mixed Media Society members, and then I will show you what that will look like when you actually scroll down here on Sunday so you can see what it ended up looking like. So it is the 16th of November, and it looks like Drawing Club has a new lesson. This is Losing It Lovely Latte Lady. Yes, lots of L's, and I'm very excited to release this to you. This is very similar to our most recent live, and let's just come down and scroll down and we'll talk about everything with pictures. So this was our most recent live, this little cutie, and you can watch the replay. All the lives are always recorded, and I'm drawing her in the trace, draw, check method, which lots of people are having smashing success with, which I am super excited about. It is based on the drawing style that I used to teach in my books, my Whimsical Women watercolors, my Whimsical Watercolor series of books. So after I published Whittle Women, I created a Whittle Women classroom just for Drawing Club members, where we're using that same technique really to draw from scratch and to use watercolors to color them in. Now, we don't always use watercolors, but the drawing method is the same. And since we're the Drawing Club, that's always where our focus will be. So this one is very similar in style to our, we did Classy Lassie, and people loved that one so much. I wanted to do something with a similar. We have the faint graphite background, a little sponging, and then just a more prominent, visually prominent character in the center. So, but of course different. And before we let the pumpkin season go, I had to do an ode to some pumpkin spice latte, right? It comes around every year. So this will take you straight to that lesson, but there's, I think this makes 9 other Whittle Women. There's Laugh Out Loud Linda. There's a lot of really fun characters in there. If you like this, there's more. And then coming up in December, oh my gosh, people are like, when's the book ready? First, I had to record and make the 31 drawings, which takes a hot minute. And now I'm doing the book as fast as I am humanly possible. So stay tuned for that. That is coming. If you're not in the drawing club and you want to pop in for a month just to do that, please do it. I mean, it's super easy. You can just cancel after 1 month. If you want to pop in for the 31 days, super easy. Just let me know. I can send you a link. I don't want anyone to feel excluded if they're not in that club. You're always welcome to hop in. And I'm also going to have the book, so you can also follow along the book if you don't want the video lessons that go in the drawing club with it. Okay, so switching gears for the Mixed Media Society, this was your most recent recorded lesson. And then, like I said, the live is Friday. So I will have a picture here of what this double spread is going to look like, but I'm working in my Strathmore hardcover journal. That's this right here. And I have a ton of fall projects. I do all my fall projects in the art journal. I don't know why. I just have like a thing for it. And in the new year, we are going to do a cereal box journal together. So start eating cereal if you don't already. I'm just kidding. You can use any cardboard box, but the boxes for food, cereals and crackers and things, just start collecting. You want them to be of all similar size so that you can bind them together. Let me show mine really quickly. So regardless of what food you choose, just make sure you have lots of those. Ready? So I'm giving you plenty of advance notice. So mine is made entirely of honey bunches of oats. My kids help me munch through all of these boxes. I guess you could just do like one a month. Then that's not crazy. And yeah, we will do them month by month. I love when I was doing this is years old now. It made me think outside the box so much because it was like, how many long, skinny projects can I come up with? And it turns out kind of a lot. So it'll be really fun to see what we come up with together. Most of these are all hamburger systems, so we get to use our hamburger in our long and skinny. Now look at this guy. So yeah, so brace yourselves. There's a lot of long, skinny things that you can do. More than you might think. So let's rise to the challenge together, and that will start in January. So for December, start thinking about what box you want to use. And actually maybe, I'm trying to think, I think I bound this. I think I actually bounded it first, and then I started going through them one by one. Well, we can always tape the spread. I have to think about that. I haven't taught this before. These were all just personal projects. I'll think about that. This is just taped the crap out of together. And then of course everything's like sealed with Mod Podge. So let me have a think, but stay tuned and start thinking about what you might want to use. And of course you cannot do that. You can just use a store-bought journal like my Strathmore one, or use a canvas panel, whatever you like. Nothing is required, but I'm going to for sure be doing that. I'm very excited about it. Okay. And then finally, we have the Celtic Collective. This was our most recent live. Why is this so big? Why is this control have to be so big? That was our most recent live. And then, that says today. This was the most recently from me. I've seen lots of fun skinny witch bitches variations. I know she's like creepy, isn't she? But she's really fun. And then this was the most recent one from Lucy, who is just like, that is just darling. And then our next live is coming up on this coming Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be doing her, but like over a winter scene. So that's just our inspirational piece. And then, so we are going to be using watercolors. Yeah. And I think we're going to put her in snow. So maybe bring some white ink that we can be dripping probably over her to make it look like some snow. And then we'll figure out how else we're going to depict that. But stay tuned and get your watercolors out, and we will figure it out together when we're all together live. Here are some quick links to all of the login stuff. I will also include a video on how to get to the prompts. that have been really fun. And by the way, they're there for everyone. So I'll make sure I have a little info tab on how to get over to the prompts. And then as a recap, these are the hashtags, and they're just content related. I know people get really confused with what the hashtags are, but it's just as simple as like you're citing your source. So if you're doing a Fab Drawing Club lesson, you use the hashtag. If you're doing like a random piece of art from another teacher, or you're just working from a Pinterest inspiration or image, which people do all the time, that's awesome. Those would be shared in the large Facebook group, and then you just wouldn't have a hashtag. The hashtag qualifies you to the win, but it's like you're getting kudos for like doing the lessons. So if you're off on your own doing something, because otherwise anyone could just chuck a hashtag in, and like it's just for people who are, for that particular thing, are engaging with that, whatever it is, engaging using the club prompt, or doing a lesson from the Celtic Collective, or doing something that was inspired by a recent YouTube video, or you're learning from the books. So that's why. And everything else, you just don't have a hashtag. You're just a regular person, just arting your face off, which we love too. And yeah, so I'll make sure I add that another link in case you need help getting to the prompts, but they're super easy. They're right on everyone's dashboard, and I'll just show you really quickly. Okay, let me show you really quickly. So from any dashboard, all three buttons are the same up at the top. It's the one over here on the right, daily art prompts. Okay, just scroll down and you'll find a little preview of what this month's is. And then there's a scorecard from Shelly, and then a fall frenzy. So when then December comes along, there'll be another image that'll be December. And then you'll have two buttons, fall frenzy and scorecard, and then the month. Now the scorecard and the month will be different than what's coming out in the book. And for the, what's it called? For the 31 Frosty Friends challenge. So yeah, so if you're in the drawing club, you'll have 62 new prompts to work from, which is bananas. So the ones that are being used for the challenge in the book are not found anywhere else, but everyone still gets some, which is awesome. All right, if you have any questions about anything, just always email me back. It's the best, fastest way to get my attention and to get your questions answered fast. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, no matter what you do, whether it's art or hanging out with family or friends, or going for a lone walk in the woods, enjoying a nice hot cup of coffee or tea. I hope you're happy and healthy, and I will speak to you soon. Bye, guys.